What's up, zoners? Welcome to the Week 9 Beer Time Breakdown. Tonight, I will be drinking and talking about football. We lead off with our News and Brews section, where I drink and talk about all the latest fantasy football news. I have our starts of the week. My secret start of the week is available in 90% of leagues. Go pick him up and start him in your flex. And then I have what we did right and what we did wrong on Thursday night, play or pause. If that sounds interesting to you, hold on for 7 seconds. What's up, zoners? This is Tyler, Big Turd Ward, and Jason, not here, Youth and Wolt, coming at you live from my garage. And this is the Fantasy Red Zone. Today's episode, we have our starts of the week. That is the main meat of this episode, okay? And hey, man, before we get into everything, you probably noticed Jason is not here tonight. He has an extreme family emergency. So send your thoughts, send your prayers, either or, to Jason. Some serious shit is going down. Hopefully everything turns out okay. So, continuing forward, let's get into our breaking news, our news and brews section. I've got the brews. I've got the fucking news. Let's go. Deshaun Watson will start this week. That throws a wrench in my start of the week. I did not want that, but hey, man. Apparently, inside sources say that he has velocity and accuracy this week. That he did not have that last time he tried to start and then got hit on the second throw or whatever, fucking went down, never to be seen from again for a couple weeks. But hey, dude, again, my start of the week will still go through. I did all the research anyways. I still believe if they're going to put Amari Cooper out there, from what I heard, he should be okay. Josh Downs, limited Friday, is questionable for this weekend, dude. That sucks. They're going against the Carolina Panthers. That is a big opportunity for him and everybody on the Colts pretty much. Downs is like the explosive player on that team, the rookie that Shane Steichen drafted. I want some of that. That sucks. He was on my waiver wire show until he couldn't be any longer. Josh Downs, man, so keep an eye on him. But if he is playing, I am playing him. I think that he is a low-end wide receiver too if he does play. Aaron Jones is off of the injury report. We saw him. I said this is a Keenan Allen situation. Hamstring, come back. Hurt fucking hamstring. Hamstring. So he is off the injury report. I think that is good. Your time to trade for Aaron Jones probably ends now. But, dude, like I said, you know, his week 1 is what everybody remembers. 20-something points. Huge part of that offense. But still, dude, since in week 1, Jordan Love was actually throwing for like 3 touchdowns. He actually looked pretty good. There's been tape on Jordan Love. He is not that great. People are stifling him. I mean, even my Vikings, dude, had him like negative yards in the first half or whatever. So, yeah, I am not super pumped on Aaron Jones. Would I try to trade for him? Yeah, I probably would because, man, running backs with that much usage are hard to find and worth trading for. Joe Mixon, speaking of running backs with that much usage and hard to, you know, who cares if they produce or not. His chest, man, his chest. He's got it in the fucking chest, man. He fully participated in practice. He is questionable for the week. Joe Mixon, man, like, you start him for his boom weeks, but this year he's been pretty consistently getting you, running back 2 numbers. So he's kind of like living up to his ADP this season. If he plays, I would play him and expect the same. DK Metcalf, dude. DK Metcalf was almost my start of the week. Have you seen DK Metcalf target share lately? Holy shit, dude. With nobody here, you got to wait, until I'm done drinking beer. So I'm sorry about the awkward pauses. But yeah, dude, DK Metcalf has been fucking killing it. And, all these threads on Reddit, DK Metcalf for the rest of the season. DK Metcalf, breakout inevitable? Well, man, if you get that many goddamn targets, I think it might be inevitable. DK Metcalf, as he gets healthy again. So he is, off of the injury report. He had ribs. Almost kept him out last week. Then he came out and got 14 goddamn targets. So, dude, if I have DK Metcalf, I am rolling him out no matter what. If I am low on wide receivers, if I am thin on wide receivers, and the DK Metcalf person is selling, I am trying to buy DK Metcalf. Dude, look at the targets and look at the fantasy points it's turned into. Holy shit, man. It's almost like my start of the week that you will see later. It's like I chase targets with wide receivers regardless of fantasy points. I was like, hey, somebody's like, should I start Deontay Johnson or Rashee Rice? I was like, start Deontay Johnson, man. I chased damn targets, and look what happened last night. Deontay Johnson. All right, Saquon Barkley and Daniel Jones are off of the injury report. So Saquon Barkley just came out. He said he's been dealing with an injury all year, all last year. It's never going away. I forget what it was. I think it was that high ankle sprain. And he's like, it's not going to go away this year. But he is getting the goddamn usage, man. He had like 40 touches last week. That is what you drafted him to be. Barkley, dude, I think if you are a Barkley owner, you are not trading him away. If you are, but it sucks that Daniel Jones is coming back. I want anybody but fucking Daniel Jones out there throwing to my people. And yeah, dude, so Daniel Jones back in there. Expect a regression for the Giants this week. Miles Sanders, dude. Not on the injury report, but Frank Reich came out and said that Chuba Hubbard will be starting this week. So expect Chuba Hubbard to continue on dominating target share, snap share and everything else going there. It has not turned into fantasy points yet, but I did try to trade for Chuba Hubbard, whatever the fuck his name is. A running back with that much usage I want on my team. I think that he is worth a flex almost every week, dude. Getting that usage. It's just a matter of time till the touchdowns come. Kyler Murray, dude, questionable this weekend. I think they are starting that guy that nobody's heard of because they traded Dobbs to my Vikings. Oh, great, Vikings, whatever. The Vikings can still make a playoff spot. That's cool. I'm glad that they are not tanking. But again, man, the Vikings have needed a goddamn quarterback for fucking since Culpepper, dude. I got Christian Ponder, and I was like, oh, yeah, dude, Christian Ponder's the shit. That's before I knew a ton about football. And now I know, dude, Christian Ponder was not the shit. We got Brett Favre and Percy Harvin and Sidney Rice for like a year or two. That was not good enough, man. I want a real dude to be there for 15 goddamn years. What was I even saying, man? I forget what I was even saying. But yeah. Oh, yeah, because that guy is starting for us. Kyler Murray, though, if he starts this weekend, am I putting him in? You better be desperate for quarterback if you're putting him in. Also, Michael Wilson is going to be out. Michael Wilson, I want to see how he's going to do with Kyler Murray because I know they're going to throw the ball more. Also, James Conner, your chance to trade for James Conner is ending right goddamn now. He's coming back. Try to trade for James Conner. Here we go. Speaking of all that, DeMarcado is out with toe injury. So not only do we have Conner coming back soon, if not this week, DeMarcado is out with a toe injury. He was the promising rookie that was getting like 85% of the goddamn snaps pretty much last 2 weeks after that kind of clusterfuck in the 3 weeks ago. So DeMarcado was kind of, giving you hope in those running back needy teams. He is out now. That sucks. Next up, dude, Waller. Does this surprise you? Waller is out. So yeah, dude, Waller in dominating with Tyrod Taylor. Hey, Tyrod Taylor's not playing. Fucking Darren Waller is goddamn out. That sucks. Daniel Jones, man, good luck with that. If I'm a Darren Waller owner, man, I would probably have tried to trade high on him like 2 weeks ago. So Stafford did not practice Friday, and McVay wants to wait as long as possible before declaring him out. I am a Puka owner. I'm trying to sit Puka this week if possible. Puka is injured anyways, swollen knee, but he's been limited in practice for a couple weeks or for a couple days, so that is looking good for him to play. But still, dude, Matthew Stafford, I saw that injury go down. I saw how he changed after the injury. Dude, oh my God, if a team has a pass rush, fucking shit. We got to keep an eye out for that. And the Rams, you do not want to start him against somebody with a good pass rush. But yeah, if Stafford play Cooper Kupp, I probably would still sit Puka Nacua, but I would not be surprised if Puka Nacua went off. I am starting Mostert over Nacua. That is my team, though, in 12-man. All right, people. That is the news and the brews section. So let me get up and change this to our starts. No. Our Thursday night football, what we got right and what we got wrong. So let's see. Thursday night football, Jason, I'm not going to go over all of his. So he got 5 of 6. So he got 5 right, 4 wrong. No. 5 right, 1 wrong. He did, who was this? He even made a short. So we make a short about the player that we feel most confident in. Mine was Deontay Johnson for the Steelers. His was DeAndre Hopkins. Let's see. TNF. So Jason was 5 out of 6. And the only one that he got wrong was DeAndre Hopkins, right? So for us, usually like we're sitting at 75%, something pretty good. Jason killing it right there. Pretty high, over our average. I know you're not here, Jason, but woo! That's a fucking clap. Hey, this is have you watched Predator lately? Oh, yeah. I don't know what that looks like on camera, but I probably look like a fucking idiot. And then Jason. Oh, then here we go. 2 my picks. I said 2 pause. Boop. Kenny Pickett. And I was like, oh, fuck, dude. I fucked up. Kenny Pickett. I've been drinking a lot, guys. Sorry. Kenny Pickett. He is throwing touchdowns out here. God damn it. I'm not doing well. And then guess what, dude? Kenny Pickett turned back into a pumpkin. 160 yards, dude, 1 touchdown. So a lot of the same shit from Kenny Pickett. Not good. Not what you want to be doing. I said, dude, he's not a starting quarterback. He gets like 13 points a week. So is that what you want from your fucking starting quarterback? Hell no. But here we go. Let's go to my next guy. I got these 2 guys wrong, man. They ran the fuck out of the ball, and they did well. 5.5 average. So the Titans, I said they were giving up the 20th most points to running backs going into this game. And I remember when they were giving up the least amount of points to running backs. So they have regressed greatly in the running back department. You can run on the Titans. So going forward, do not be afraid to start running backs versus the Titans, because apparently you can get some goddamn points. All right? So I said to sit Najee Harris. That fool went out there, got a touchdown immediately. And I was like, oh my God, dude, I'm so stupid. And then Jalen Warren, they're like, I was like reading the subtitles because my wife was sleeping on the couch. So I was like, Al Michaels was like, big Jalen Warren night. And I was like, oh, fuck, dude, what is this? I checked the stats. Big Jalen Warren night is a goddamn 10-point fantasy game. So, yeah, like I said, dude, Jalen Warren, I think he looks a lot better than Najee Harris, but he does not get the usage. If he would have got that touchdown last night, you saw him at the pylon, dude. Is down at the 1-yard line. That will go down as a near miss this weekend, which sucks for Jalen Warren because, man, he needs those goddamn touchdowns. I think that might have turned into a Deontay Johnson touchdown. So Deontay Johnson got his first touchdown at the sacrifice of Jalen Warren. But yeah, dude, so Jalen Warren was kind of worth a flex. Najee Harris was a goddamn running back too. And yeah, so I fucked up on 2 of those. I said 2 pause on those guys. They've been so consistently down, man. It's been crazy. I think Najee Harris might have had 1 touchdown on the year. Yeah. 1 touchdown on the year, man. 14 or more rushes in 4 or 7 games with only 1 touchdown on the year. Now he has 2. So I apologize for not thinking that he was going to have a touchdown in this game. If you look at that, I hope you thought the same fucking thing. So there you go, dude. I was right, Kenny Pickett. Wrong. Super right on Deontay Johnson, okay? I want to say that. I said to start Deontay Johnson. He was my most confident starter. I was telling somebody to start him over Rashee Rice, even though I think Rashee Rice will get a touchdown this week. I mean, you got to keep up with Miami. So that was my thinking there. But Deontay Johnson, dude, if you could trade for Deontay Johnson, he's going to be doing this shit every week. He's going to get, 8 to 15 targets every week. Even a shitty game from Pickett will give him a good game in fantasy. Now, what I'm really worried about is my next dude who I said to start, right? Because of his points per reception. No, points per route run. Points per reception. No, points per route run against zone. He was 25th in the league at 0.43. I thought that George Pickens would do well. He did not. The stats did not line up with his production. But the thing that is throwing a wrench in all of this, so I think, what's his name? I have it right here. Deontay Johnson, dude, had a 26% target share his first week versus Jacksonville. That was his debut. Then he had a 35% share the weekend before that. Then you saw what happened last night, dude. It's like a goddamn 40-something% target share. So Deontay Johnson's target share just keeps on going up. This is at the sacrifice of George Pickens. George Pickens owners, I think you saw the best of George Pickens, and I think that sucks. George Pickens even released a statement on Twitter. It said, free me, something like that. And then he deleted it almost immediately. It's like me, like, hey, to my boss, my boss's boss, I'm like, hey, fuck you, I don't like you. And then, oh yeah, guess what? I'm gonna delete that shit because I don't want to fucking think about it or all, etc., etc. You know what I'm talking about, dude. Management sucks. So George Pickens, man, wide receiver 18 on the year, will be going down. Deontay Johnson will be usurping him. George Pickens more of a top 30 wide receiver instead of a top 20 wide receiver. That is terrible for him. He's not a wide receiver 2 anymore. He's more of a flex option. He needs to catch a touchdown to be relevant. He got saved by a touchdown last week. And now, shit, dude, look at him right now. And hey, dude, I need to see how I said to pause on Hayward. And I swear to God, dude, I feel like every time I saw Connor Hayward, every time I was watching the game, he was getting a target. So Connor Hayward, only 3 targets. So I must have watched at the right times. I watched the whole game. I don't know. Maybe there's a lot of heavyweight white dudes on the Steelers that just look like Hayward. I don't know. But Connor Hayward, like I said, Pat Freiermuth is out. He was interesting, but no, dude, it doesn't matter. It's just more targets for Deontay Johnson. It is a wrap. Yeah, dude. So, especially with and Darnell Washington got his 1 target, but he's more of a blocking tight end. He is the best blocking tight end / pass catching since Mercedes Lewis. He was my comparison there. And yeah, he's getting forgotten in this offense. I said to play the Steelers defense. I said, hey, dude, we had a rookie quarterback here giving up sacks and shit. And they had 3 sacks in the first half. I didn't see what the final thing was, but I think that their defense was worth playing. I said to pause on Chris Boswell, and I'm pretty sure Boswell got some points, dude. Let me check this. Oh man, I've been drinking. I wonder where Boswell. 2 for 2. He got along a 30, so he got 6 points. No, dude, Boswell on his best day is still getting you fucking 8 points. You know what I'm saying? So not good. It's funny how I'm like, dude, Hayward dominated. So when you tell somebody not to play that person, you feel like that person dominated the game, and then you're looking at the stats. You're like, oh, I was right. So, okay, let's go through what I was right and what I was wrong on. Hayward, right. Defense, right. Boswell, right. George Pickens, wrong. Deontay Johnson, wrong. Jalen Warren, wrong. And Najee Harris, wrong. So, fuck. I was only right on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 8. So, not the greatest. Okay? So, I'm hitting like 60%-ish. In gambling, that's really good. But when I focus on a team, I want to do better. All right, let's get into the starts of the week. Let me go up here and do this so I can timestamp it. So starts of the week. I was smashing it in the beginning of the year. Then I had a couple duds, and then I did okay. But hey, man, this shit's hard to do. The more information you get, the worse you are at fantasy football. So you should just turn this shit off right now. So my secret start of the week is Demario Douglas. Do you know Demario Douglas? Kendrick Bourne did not get injured until the 4th quarter of last week. And I was like, oh man, I was doing so good. Then I already got injured to the 4th quarter. I was like, holy shit. So Kendrick Bourne was my secret start of the week last week. Well, guess what, dude? I'm going with his replacement. He is a 6th round slot rookie. He's a 6th round rookie. He's a slot receiver. 73.5 PFF slot receiving grade. Okay. Kendrick Bourne, dude, had a 69.7 receiving grade. So he has a higher PFF grade than that. Washington's slot cornerback is terrible. Okay. Danny Johnson, 58% or 58.7 PFF slot coverage grade. That is not good. Okay. So let's look at this. Among 33 NFL wide receivers with at least 3 rushing attempts, Douglas's 9.7 yards per rushing attempt ranks 5th, and his 7.7 yards after contact ranks number 1, dude. So this motherfucker is tiny. Because I was like watching, I was like, oh my god, who is this guy? Demario Douglas? Why is he rushing and receiving? I do not understand this. Even when Kendrick Bourne is not injured. And I almost wrote his name down for my waiver wire show, and I was like, I don't know. Doesn't seem consistent enough, but who gives a fuck about consistency when they lose their number 1 wide receiver, okay? So we got this dude right now. Among 33, oh yeah, that's what that is, rushing attempts. Among 35 cornerbacks with at least 35 slot coverage snaps. Johnson, so the guy that's going to be covering him, allows per coverage snap 2.05 and explosive. So every snap, dude, coverage snap, he allows 2 yards. That's even like, dude, that's not good. Explosive plays allowed per rate 7.1%. That is outside the top 25. His 75% catch rate allowed is tied for 21st. So this guy is outside of 20. So there's 32 slot, there's 32 slot cornerbacks in the NFL. He is 21st, okay? That's not good. This guy has wide receiver 2 upside. Dude, Douglas has 8 first read targets and 2 green zone first read targets, led all New England pass catchers in week 7 through 8. So this guy's getting first read targets. And if you go through first read targets, it's literally like the top wide receivers of fantasy football. It's fucking crazy. And so this guy is like, Mike Jones doesn't like, it's not like he has a ton of time to fucking think and throw anyways. So as soon as he sets his back foot, he throws to this dude. This guy is open a lot. Douglas is my secret start of the week. He's available everywhere. Go pick him up. I wish I would have done more research on him, but I've been dealing with Jason's family emergency shit because it affects me as well. His family is like my family, you know what I'm saying? So this has been kind of fucked up. All right. Let's go with Jason's start of the week. I'm just going to throw it out there right now because he has the research for it. I was going to try to do the research before it, but, I've got a full-time job. This is just a hobby that we have until we get enough goddamn subscribers. But hey, here we go. CJ Stroud is Jason's start of the week. Jason's been kind of on a roll. I think he might almost be on fire with his starts of the week. Let's see. Jason equals CJ Stroud. So CJ Stroud, he was getting all the love, all the flowers, right? In the first half of the season, or first quarter of the season. Last couple games, he's fallen off due to Tank Dell, Nico Collins. Jason even traded away Nico Collins, and now he's given... And now, you see this guy, dude. You see this guy. He trades away somebody, and now he's calling that quarterback the start of the week. What does he really believe? What does he really believe? CJ Stroud, though, dude. I want a piece of Tank Dell. I want a piece of this offense. Singletary is going to be starting. He does not have Dameon Pierce. Singletary is a better pass catcher, even though it's not as he's great. He's not like he's no Rex Burkhead, if you know what I'm talking about. But CJ Stroud, let me just check him up real fast. Oh, dude, yeah. If you put CJ, it's not there. You have to put C period. Whatever the fuck I'm trying to say. Stroud. Sorry, guys. You just got to deal with it. He's quarterback 13 right now, even with 2 bad games. Dude, his last 3 games, he had 1 touchdown against Atlanta, 2 touchdowns versus New Orleans, only 13 points. And then, dude, 0 touchdowns last week. He has pretty much 12 or 13 points every single week for the last 3 weeks. He is at home against Tampa Bay, dude. And I'm a believer in Tampa Bay's defense. So Jason's giving this guy his confidence. I don't know what research he did, but I'm like, holy shit, that is pretty scary for me. Like I said, even at New Orleans has a great defense with Dennis Allen right now. But last time he was home against a bad-ish defense was at home against Pittsburgh. He had 26 fantasy points. I would say that CJ Stroud will probably get around from 16 to 19 fantasy points. So I'm not super confident in him. Hey, but Jason's been on fire. So listen to him. Don't listen to me. All right. This is my start of the week, and you're going to get hit with a fucking ton of stats because I found a new tool on Reddit. It was like that cornerback cheat sheet. So I'm using like Michael Clay's quarterback wide receiver cheat sheet, and then I'm using something on PFF that was ridiculous. It tells you about their air yards compared and their target share and everything, man to zone. All right, when this guy got traded last week, I loved Donovan Peoples-Jones last year. Donovan Peoples-Jones was on my waiver wire show so much last year. He got traded to the Lions. And I'm thinking about picking him up in my own goddamn league. I had Jameson Williams. I just dropped him for Leonard Fournette. And now I'm thinking about getting Donovan Peoples-Jones because I believe in Donovan Peoples-Jones as a deep threat. Dude, so I said, as soon as they dropped him, I was like, I'm going to look at Amari Cooper. He's got to be my start of the week next week. And I want to see who they play against. Holy shit. All right, let me write this down real fast. They play against the fucking Cardinals, dude. And the Cardinals, right now, are giving up the most points overall to wide receivers over the last 4 weeks. That's a month, dude. Cooper. That is a month of data. And we're saying that, dude, Arizona's defense, I mean, they had I expect the pass rush to be good because they have Gannon as their head coach. Coming from fucking what the Philadelphia, you'd think that they would put a high priority on pass rush. But hey, they do not put a high priority on pass coverage, okay? So let's go through some of these stats. I should have organized this, dude. Like I said, I found a new website. Holy fuck. Arizona plays zone 62% of the time. That is top 10 in the league. Oh my god, dude. I shouldn't have been saying this. Arizona giving up the most fantasy points in the NFL to wide receivers on the left outside position. Cooper lines up in that position the most on Cleveland at 43% of the time. Arizona giving up the second most points to wide receivers on the perimeter. Okay, on the fucking perimeter. And that is over the entire year. But they have been giving up the second most points overall in the last 4 weeks. Cooper plays the slot the least amount of time on Cleveland receivers at 22. So that's 22% of the time he's in the slot. So we're looking at a team that gives up points up on the perimeter all the fucking time. And he's going to be playing on the slot and on the perimeter 78% of the time. That is the highest on Cleveland. Arizona allowing the 28th most fantasy points to the slot. Cooper is in the slot the least, like I said. So let's see. Arizona zone coverage allowing 7.12 yards per coverage snap. That is the fourth worst in the league. And like I said, they're top 10 in zone coverage. Arizona has 49.9 coverage grade while in zone. A first down or touchdown in 41.9% of zone snaps. That is both second worst in the NFL. So they fucking suck versus the zone. And here I am, dude. I'm just talking about how good Amari Cooper is against the zone. 13th, so Amari Cooper 13th in yards per reception at 15.2. He has 868 air yards, dude. That is 5th in the league. He has 14 deep targets. That is 5th in the league as well. This motherfucker is like wide receiver 20 something, and this guy is he's like top 5 in so many goddamn important things. And then here, I'm going to end it out with a fucking amazing stat, okay? But I'm going to give you a reason why none of this is happening, okay? 14 deep targets, like I said. 33% win rate versus zone. 19.7 win rate versus man. So here we go, dude. We have a zone-heavy defense. Amari Cooper being the only wide receiver in town, and he wins versus zone about almost twice as much, dude. 80.3% of the team's air yards versus zones. That's fucking crazy. That's the stat I gave about Deontay Johnson, going into last night, and you saw Deontay Johnson. He has a 22% target share versus zone as well. Everything I'm saying is fucking insane. And here we go. A reason why he has not killed it this year. He leads the league in the most uncatchable catch rate. So he gets the most uncatchable balls out of anybody else in the league. He has 58 total targets, okay? He has 25 of those are fucking uncatchable, okay? That is 43%. Marquise Brown and Chris Olave are after him. And if you think about those dudes, you're like, holy shit. Garrett Wilson's after that. You're like, holy shit, man. You're looking at these hyper-targeted guys not getting good balls, and you're like, oh my god, this is just terrible. This is just terrible. And then you look at Amari Cooper. He's fucking dominating that category. So do I see a progression in this fucking stat? Yes. And if this stat becomes like a serious progression stat, oh my god, man. Look for him to be a top 10 wide receiver. Like I said, he's got top 5 stats, man, all across the goddamn board. But he's like a 20-something wide receiver. Amari Cooper is going to turn it around at some point. I'm picking this week to start him. Like I said, I fucking wish it was PJ Walker, I think his name is, or Tucker. PJ Walker. I want to say Tucker, but that's the basketball player that I like. I think he's as tall as I am, but he guards Kevin Durant. Fuck, dude, that's crazy. But yeah, dude. So expect that to be a great matchup. 33 minutes. What did I say I was going to go over? I said news and brews. I said what we did right and what we did wrong. I said our starts of the week. I do want to say that CeeDee Lamb, dude, almost was my start of the week, but he is too obvious. If you look at the points per route run and everything versus the Eagles, it is insane. But at the same time, there is nobody to be afraid of on the Cowboys, so maybe they will double team him constantly. That is scary to me. CeeDee Lamb, though, man, like if you look at the stats, holy shit, that lines up for amazing success. And then what else was I looking at too? I was looking at something else. Fuck. Oh, DK Metcalf, like I said earlier. Holy shit. This fool is going to have a huge game soon. Check it out because it's happening, man. It's happening. It's happening. All right, this is going to be a short episode. It is what it is. I usually bullshit with Jason. I haven't even drank all my beer. You know what? I'm going to take a quick break real fast because I got to pee. All right, everybody. Since this episode is moving fast and I've been drinking a lot, it's hard for me to speak without slurring. Let me go through this real fast. Let me tell you if there's anybody on the Thursday Night Football game that I would pick up on my waiver show, who I'm going to be adding to my waiver show. So, Will Levis, I know that was disappointing, dude, but I watched the sky cam on his best throws. I thought that looked great. I think that he gives DeAndre Hopkins and everybody else a better chance to do well in fantasy. But Mike Vrabel came out and was just talking so much shit about it, dude. He looked discouraged. He was not happy about it whatsoever. And he was talking about Ryan Tannehill getting put back in. So if Ryan Tannehill comes back in, I think that sucks. I'm kind of glad I did not trade for DeAndre Hopkins. But if Levis stays, dude, it is great for DeAndre Hopkins. 11 goddamn targets, man. Oh my God. Kyle Phillips. I'm not going to put him on my waiver wire show. Connor Hayward. I thought I was going to. That's what I thought. I thought I was going to put Connor Hayward on there because I was like, this fool's taking over the league. But no, I was tripping. It's because I said to stop him. So, is there anybody on here? Dude, Okonkwo, if he is not owned in your league, it is crazy. I forgot this. They were going over stats and over him last night. He's been getting targeted a fucking ton. So, check him out. But yeah, nobody really on the Thursday Night Football game that I would want to put on my waiver wire show. Allen Robinson. I do want to say that Allen Robinson had such good, if you look at the analytics, it's like, dude, he should have had a great game. And here you go, dude. He had fucking 2 targets, 1 catch for 10 yards. Allen Robinson, dude, I drafted you last year. Fuck you. All right, everybody. That is a show. I am sorry it is an early show. Let me pound this beer real fast. Woo! You know what I found in one of the beer cans the other day? A fucking Black Widow. I killed that bitch. And then I left all the other cans around where the other one was. So I'm sure there's another Black Widow in a can. And now my dog loves the smell of beer. I don't know what it is, but she's trying to drink it. All right, everybody. That is the show. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'm sorry it was just me. I know that you like the tandem and the longer episodes. But again, I apologize. I've had a lot on my plate, dude. Jason's family is like my family. Again, please send your thoughts and prayers to Jason and his family. I would go in specifics, but I'm not sure what I'm supposed to say or not. Hopefully I earned a thumbs up. Hopefully I earned a subscription. If you are not already subscribed, please support this show. It would help so much, dude. I could afford PFF. We could do higher quality content, earlier content when it should be coming out. So if you really like this show and you want to see more of it, please subscribe. I beg of you. I beg of you. This is Tyler, Big Turd Ward, and I appreciate you.